Good morning, and thank you very much to everybody that is attending this meeting. I would like to have a special thanks to Luis Montañez for the invitation, and of course for all the people from IAIA that made this event possible. I will come out of the closet in this speech, in this talk, because I want to reflect on how science is related to environmental assessment in general. I have a lot of concerns, and I want to bring my ghosts out of the closet and discuss with you, or at least to hope that you can listen to me, and maybe you can come with a new path and direction for environmental assessment to be more meaningful. This is the subject theme for this event. Impact assessment and responsible development is, of course, one of our main objectives now. Is very popular. It's coming out in the press, in the media. We want to change the direction of development of humanity. We know that we are in trouble. We know it very clearly from the middle of 20th century, where all these efforts and the tools, the environmental impact assessment tool was in fact developed. And at that time, we realized that we don't know everything, and that we don't understand very well the working of nature. And that's why I imagine the environmental impact assessment was developed as a case-by-case tool to develop knowledge, to develop understanding on how the system, the natural system works, and how our modifications to that behavior impact on the functioning of nature and the consequences of that alterations, which could be harmful to human well-being and quality of life, and of course human health. Last year, there was this meeting in Europe, I'm sure you know. I stole these slides and just put a little bit of different framing from Mr. Bardario, former president of IAIA, by the way. And these are the kind of concerns that were sketched on that presentation and on that event, revising the environmental directive of Europe 25 years after their starting in that area of the plan. And this slide mentions the same concerns that I have. A limited focus and scope of environmental assessment, the proponent's perception of the environmental impact assessment as a barrier rather than a useful tool for the projects, the public perception of the environmental impact assessment often is useless and inoperative. All rules for new challenges. There is a development of more than 20 years of this tool, and new things have appeared on the environmental agenda and scene, and is not appropriately being introduced in what we are doing. Some other things. I put some slides of landscapes just to remind us that what we are dealing is something beyond the mechanics of environmental impact assessment. We are trying to deal with how humans are related to our natural ecosystems surrounding us. I came up with these hypothesis questions for this talk. So my first hypothesis is that there is not enough science in environmental assessment to trust it. Second, ecosystem dynamics is not adequately understood today as to make objective recommendations in environmental assessments, let alone sustainability. Third, the different tools developed for environmental assessment and related instruments are fundamental, nevertheless, to keep us on track of a sustainable path. And what does that mean, a sustainable path? This is also from this talk by Mr. Partidario, where he shows this, what were the aims and the purposes of the environmental impact assessments at the early stages. It was really a comprehensive way of looking into the challenges of this kind of analysis. And it included all those 5 elements. And as time went by, it seems that we forgot. What was the context and the ideas around this kind of approach to deal with the problems of the environment was to use the ability of scientists to develop new knowledge and to make it specific and meaningful for a particular project. It was what we would call now research and development, like in terms of innovation. So it was a way of introducing creativity into a project. And somehow we forgot. Somehow we came up with just making it more efficient the way we do environmental assessments and develop the know-how on how to do them. But at the same time, we drop some of the essential elements of those efforts. And this is again the slide taken from Mr. Bartari. And there is a lot in the current development of environmental assessments. There is most a focus on establishing a baseline and concentrating on the mitigation and forgetting about other things that were important at the early stages and that were part of the creativity that we have to use and to empower to develop a project. I want to indulge me in accepting this kind of definition of science as a collection of structured causal beliefs explicitly formulated and also as the process to produce them. That's my definition of science. I want to emphasize that I am using the concept of causal beliefs because I don't think science is hard facts. Science is a human construction that is always developing. There are no anything immutable in science. We are all the time building, modifying, reviewing, renewing what it is made of. So, in the process of combining science with environmental assessment, we are developing a know-how how to do this, but we are also appealing to know why we are doing that. We are also using that knowledge and that vision and those purposes to develop public policy and time, if what we are doing is scientifically meaningful, we should be feeding back from environmental impact evaluations. We should be feeding back into the makeup of science. And I think that link is not actually very well developed currently. So what we have is a sort of departure from the original aims of introducing this kind of approach of case-by-case development of new knowledge for a particular project, which if done rightly should impact on science itself.